welcome to the Grizzled Geek Review for June 29th. I'm Mike.
I'm Doug.
And we're here with all your nerd news wrapped up in one weekly section. Today's top story was actually a correction retraction from last week's top story, kind of. So, news broke last week that Lucasfilm was shelving its Star Wars spin-off movies.
Yeah.
And after the poor performance of Solo, one of our commenters mentioned that, that was, we need to retract that it wasn't true because we filmed it on Thursday, of course, and Friday when we released the news, Lucasfilm comes out and denies it, saying,
"No, we didn't say that.
I didn't say that. That's not what's happening." Despite the fact that this was heavily promoted, or the story was everywhere, right? About this. I mean, everybody reported this story. It was from very reliable sources on the inside. So the theory was we didn't know whether it was a rumor that got out that wasn't true, or after fan reaction, Lucasfilm decided to do put out the fires, or what the deal was. But they came out and denied it. Then switched to this week, where Ron Howard, director of Solo, was interviewed, or asked a question about whether or not there's any truth to this at all. And he said that the rumors weren't entirely accurate, was his exact quote there. It's like, well, they weren't entirely accurate, which suggests there might have been some truth to it. So, and then we get another insider story about a big meeting between Disney, or Lucasfilm and all this, and Bob Iger from Disney coming down and wanting to replace Kathleen Kennedy for Lucasfilm. However, apparently no one wants the job. So,
interesting. Why would no one want that job? It's just loyalty to her. Nobody wants to be promoted from inside.
I don't know. From what I understand, well, the rumors are, this is all speculation and rumors, so take everything with a grain of salt. The rumor is there are two camps in Lucasfilm. One is the old guard Lucasfilm camps, who are kind of upset with The Last Jedi, who believe that the old fans need to have their what this is focused towards. And then there's the Kathleen Kennedy side, who wants to focus on new fans, bring new people into and doesn't really care about the old fans. We don't make these movies for old fans, and who some have suggested the movies have a social justice bent to them. Right. Now, without buying into all that BS online, there is definitely a difference between the new Disney Star Wars and the old.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's hard to shut out the fan base. I mean, they wanted to bring in, of course, you need to bring in new fans, right?
Right, yeah.
But you can't alienate the old fans, because they're the ones who buy the toys and all the merchandise, right?
And I'd make the argument that the new fans are brought in because of the old fans, because the old fans are having kids or whatever.
That's right.
And influencing a new generation of fans.
Yeah.
So by pissing off the people who are taking their kids to see these movies, you might be tanking your own vision, your own product.
And if these rumors are to be true, apparently Bob Iger agrees. So he's looking for a change of guard at Lucasfilm here. Now, of course, they're not going to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy without someone to take her place.
Right.
But we've all seen this is not the connected universe that the Marvel films are.
Right.
I mean, they had a new main trilogy of movies that weren't all written out.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's the dumbest idea ever.
Yeah. I mean, this was
it's no plan behind...
It's like a game of telephone with the Star Wars movies. Like, okay, I'll tell the first story, then you pass it on, and someone takes what they said and we're going to do this. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like... That seems like the wrong way to go with a trilogy of movies. Like, we'll write them as we go and figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so there you have it. Star Wars, update on the Star Wars story from last week. Not entirely accurate, apparently. So, again, we want to be as accurate as possible with these news stories here. Yeah. However, it appears that there was, maybe some fire with this smoke. Yeah. So, we'll see what's going on there.
Well, and got to keep in mind, a lot of this industry's news is rumors.
Right.
Or leaks or stuff like that they're going to deny until they're ready for it to actually take place.
Right.
But all right, our next story is sticking kind of with Disney, but not exactly. Jared Leto is walking the Marvel DC line now as a Joker in the DC universe, and now as Morbius, the living vampire, in Marvel's, well, I guess actually, no, more like Sony's Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yeah.
So it's kind of Marvel, but not Marvel.
Non-Spider-Man Spider-Verse?
Yeah, the non-Spider-Man Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So this will be directed by Daniel Espinosa, who did Safe House and Life, which I haven't heard of. The writing duo is Burke Sharpless and Matt Sazama, who have past winning credits such as Power Rangers, The Last Witch Hunter, and Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
So
they've also did the
big blockbusters there.
The Netflix Lost in Space series, which I personally haven't seen.
I've heard good stuff about it.
Shane, is Lost in Space any good?
The new one?
Yeah.
No, it's terrible.
The terrible, Shane says. So
well,
I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge.
To be fair, Shane is the only person I've heard say it's not good.
Okay.
Every other person I've heard say it's amazing. So
I'll
have to see it for myself and see what it's like.
The first half hour of the first episode made me turn it off. So.
Okay, so he's only seen the first half of the first episode, so it may have gotten good. Who knows? It'll be down the list. I still haven't seen Luke Cage 2 yet.
Yeah. So much going on here.
All right. Jared Leto. So let me ask you, Doug, more excited or less excited about a Mobius movie than the Venom movie?
More excited.
More excited?
I like Morbius.
Even without any Spider-Man?
Yeah. I like the Morbius character's kind of cool.
Okay.
I've never really been a huge fan of Venom and just don't understand Venom without Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man. Or in Mobius, you can actually make sense.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Okay. Very well. All right. So sticking with more Disney news, the love triangle that is Disney, Comcast, Fox. We have some updates for
the
that.
Abusive love triangle.
The abusive love triangle that is this merger. Well, Disney, as last week, brought up their counteroffer.
Right.
Puts it at what, $72 billion?
Something along those lines.
Something crazy number like that. Well, Disney got a big leg up this week when the Justice Department approved the acquisition.
Okay.
So that is a big stepping stone in them acquiring this, and they're pushing forward. They still say they want to close business by summer of next year.
Okay.
So apparently they got some plans
yeah.
for some of these properties.
Well, remember, I think we said last week, Kevin Feige's just waiting for the call.
He's just waiting for the call. That's absolutely.
So
yeah, this is a big step. However, they're not out of the water yet because Comcast is expected to do counteroffer again.
Right, yeah.
So this could go on for a little bit here, which experts say the price could reach up to $90 billion for Fox, for a bankrupt company. But Disney is doubled down on their wanting of the property. They're basically originally they were willing to deal. They're like saying, okay, we will give up certain stuff. Sky, we'll give up Sky and some of these other big parts of the company to make the deal go through. But after Comcast came back with a counteroffer or whatever, Disney's pretty much saying no, we want it all. And in fact, their intent on getting all the assets, including 20th Century Fox Studio, Fox Television, FX Network, Star India, National Geographic, 30% of Hulu, and the 39% of Sky. So they're like, all right, we are willing to deal. Yeah. Now we want it all.
No,
and they've got the money to do it. So and they got the approval of the Justice Department now. So there's nothing really standing in their way except for Comcast.
How far till Comcast drops out?
Yeah. So now it appears it's just a matter of time and how much it will actually cost Disney to acquire all this. But they want it.
It's going to be interesting. But all right, on the other side of the fence, Disney Universe unveils all the details of its upcoming streaming service. So get ready for this, because this is actually swaying me to where I might pick it up. And the last one,
just have Disney and DC.
All right, first up is the service will feature classic DC TV like Wonder Woman in HD
for the first time ever.
Yeah. Animated movies and series like Flashpoint and the Batman animated series.
Yeah,
awesome. All the classic DC Batman and Superman movies, so that's cool.
Yeah.
New series like Titans, Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, Young Justice, and Swamp Thing. So that's pretty awesome. And here's the part that may have sold me on it. Every DC comic ever printed ever, anything printed by DC ever, will be in a library that you can view on your TV.
Yeah, you want to read
you can
DC
read
comics
DC
in your
comics
lounger, on your big 4K TV screen.
There you go.
This is it.
Other things may include an interactive encyclopedia, exclusive collectibles, and a fan forum. I don't care about that last one, but the other stuff all sounds cool. I don't want to.
Douglas like talking to people.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty solid lineup.
Plus revealing images of Robin and some and
Yeah,
first
looks
images
cool.
of Harley Quinn, the animated series.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where they go because that appears to, with some slight modifications, the Tim Drake Robin suit. So I like Tim Drake as Robin. So I would not be upset with that. That leaves Dick Grayson to be.
Well, we know Dick Grayson's going to be like Nightwing.
Yeah.
Right?
So
the only thing that's weird is that without the Dick Grayson Starfire romance, it seems kind of weird. But they also might do. They're talking about doing like the whole like Bat family. The whole Robins, right?
Yeah.
And having the rise and fall of Tim Drake. Okay. And eventually maybe doing like the Red Hood, and then bringing in young Robin. What's
Damien.
Damien.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, I'm intrigued enough that I'm waiting for the price point on this. What is this?
Yeah, that's what's
me?
going to. That's what's going to be the determining factors. Because I'm as much value as this seems to hold.
Yeah.
You only have a limited amount of time in the day, so I'm not going to pay $20, regardless of how much, for the limited access I'm going to get.
Plus,
out of it.
How much is this going to take away from my workday? Actually, sitting there going all the way back to 1930s Action Comics #1.
Yeah.
Just like zombieing out reading DC Comics all day long.
Yeah, that's true enough.
Man, that it's appealing. The Swamp Thing in this, man, I don't know. All right, that's it for our big stories for the week. Now on to our tiny stories.
Don't say it.
Nerd nuggets. Geek Bites. First off, Kevin Feige, who's on the Ant-Man and Wasp press tour, revealed a bunch of things, but
a lot of it we already knew.
Or
suspected.
Or suspected stuff.
Yeah.
But two of the new things that he revealed was the possibility of a Powerpack movie and maybe a Young Avengers movie. So obviously geared towards a younger audience.
Yep.
So that seems, strange. I don't know. I'm trying to think of Powerpack, but it was. Powerpack did come out way back in the day.
Oh yeah, it's been around forever. So
yeah. But how you doing Powerpack without Fantastic Four?
I don't know.
You need Franklin Richards on it, don't you? So.
Well, the Powerpack was around before Franklin,
True.
but he came in kind of later into it. Yeah. But all right, while we're still not sure about an Obi-Wan movie, Ewan McGregor might show up in Episode 9.
Force Ghost?
Force Ghost? I don't know. I would assume. It can't be anything else unless it's a vision of the past somehow. It can't be in stasis. His body disappeared.
That's true. Disappeared.
He. That is one thing you can say about you cannot be upset about Luke just vanishing off of the rock at the end.
Yeah,
when Obi-Wan already did it.
Yeah.
so did Yoda. So don't be too.
But those guys, when they did that, they became Force Ghosts, right? So if you become a Force Ghost, your body disappears. Because there have been Jedi whose body don't disappear.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if Luke disappeared, that means...
you would hope that would mean he'd be a Force Ghost.
Be a Force Ghost.
Which means we might see interaction between Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan and Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker.
Oh, my goodness.
That would be pretty sweet. Advising Rey or something like that. Because we've already heard Obi-Wan talk to Rey.
Yeah, it's true.
So that would be awesome.
And you could fix the whole her parents thing by by confirming that she's Obi-Wan's daughter. No, or granddaughter.
Yeah, I was going to say, can't be daughter.
Yeah, all right, so Tom Holland, again, it seems to be the biggest leak in Marvel. Him and...
now, was this a leak or did they let him say?
I don't know. Well, he revealed it in one of his he had a pad with the symbol on it. He basically reveals the name of the new SpiderMan movie. So he's talking about a SpiderMan movie, and he has his iPad, and he just holds up the iPad he's like, with the SpiderMan movie and a title on it. All right? So I can't show you much about it, but I'm working on this right there. Just put it right here. So who knows? Because he's been known not to be able to keep
Yes.
secrets.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
after he said this, Marvel will come out and start talking about, okay, yeah, this is what it means, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
who knows? But the title of the new Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man Far From Home. So
Interesting.
indicating a trip he's going to be taking.
All right. Let's throw some confusion in the mix. The Batman is becoming even more confusing as new rumors say it is a reboot and will be part of the DCEU or DCFU,
DCFU.
as they insist on calling it.
Yes.
So,
What the hell? So they're going with a younger Batman. It's a young Batman, right? But
yes.
is it going to be a young Ben Affleck? Somebody going to look like Ben Affleck? Or are they going to be... We're talking about reboot.
Well, here's the thing. Unless you are cleansing this universe and starting over, which kind of needs to happen, but I hate to see happen because there are still elements I like and want them to keep.
Yeah.
So I really, the only way this would make sense to me is Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. It's like, you see the fallout from Justice League where he's just like, I can't keep doing this. And he calls up Dick Grayson and says, hey, I need you to take over. Dick Grayson becomes the new Batman.
Yeah, but that's totally not what the Batman movie is, though.
I know.
Young Bruce Wayne.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If you're going to put it as a reboot and put it in the DCFU, unless I guess it could be in the past of the DCFU, but I don't know. They're just...
Yeah.
They're
or the Back to the Future Flashpoint movie might fix it all, right?
Yeah. That would be a great idea. That's just sounds... They are just floundering and just throwing... I think there's somebody in a room throwing darts at a dartboard and going, let's do this.
It's like shit at the wall, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell... I mean... Who knows? Batman. We'll see it. Because
it's Batman.
Because it's Batman. We have to. So but
not enthused about it, though.
Not enthused about where the direction they're going, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of not enthused, Indiana Jones 5. Yes, it's still happening. They don't know when to quit. Gets a new writer. Solo's John Kasdan, the son of Lawrence Kasdan.
Yeah.
From Empire Strikes Back fame, who also co-wrote Solo.
Right.
Is now the new writer on Indiana Jones 5. So... previous scripts thrown out, new writer brought in, and he's a Kasdan. So if he has some of his father's magic, who worked on the first Indiana Jones,
worked on the Raiders of the Lost Ark,
yeah, then we will see. But again, Indiana Jones 5, do we need it? Last Crusade is where it ended for me.
Yeah.
Let's just go out and a win.
Yep. All right. North American box office hits $6 billion. In record time, with big help from Disney, racking up 23% of the box office, not including the Pixar.
Not including Incredibles.
Incredibles 2, which is doing really well. Yeah. So they're bumping up their percentage.
So it's basically based on 3 movies.
Three
movies are 23% of the $6 billion box office. Yes. So Black Panther, Avengers, and Solo.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. Yeah. Yeah, we're almost a quarter of the $6 billion box office with 3 movies. And more than that if you can throw in Incredibles. Yeah,
you throw in Incredibles and you're pushing probably closer to 30%.
Yeah, a third of the box office. And just a side note, last year was also a big record year with Wonder Woman and Beauty and the Beast and all that, but they were at 5.4 at this stage by July 1st. Mm-hmm. And by July 1st, we'll be over $6 billion.
Nice.
So, big year for movies.
Yeah.
All right. MTV Music Television. That's what MTV stands for those of you not aware.
Not anymore. It's just MTV.
It's just MTV. What is MTV?
Nothing.
Just like Sci-Fi Channel is now SIFI.
SIFI.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Well, they're planning to bring back the 90s. Big time. We've seen a lot of these stuff from the 90s getting rebooted.
Yeah.
But MTV's coming back strong with 3 offerings from the 90s, including a reboot of Daria, which is pretty much the story.
It's okay.
Yeah, I like Daria. I really like this song from Beavis and Butthead producers, and it's pretty much my daughter. That's her attitude. It's Daria. Then we have Aeon Flux, which made it big there for a while there. Even had a live action movie with Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
And then The Real World, bringing back The Real World, which guilty pleasure, Real World.
Watching. Really?
One of the first, you know, non-scripted reality shows, you know, back in the day. Shows. Yeah. Nowadays they're not even real. Still no word on whether or not they're ever going to bring back music to the music television.
Probably not.
Probably not. So that's what originally they started off doing. Music television was music videos. But apparently now it's, you know, this stuff. Well, at least they're coming back to the 90s. I like some of the stuff here. So there you have it. More 90s reboots for you. And that it will do it for us this week. Any last thoughts on any of these that you want to?
No.
You're not excited about any of this?
No, I think we talked about
Find out DC's getting our money despite us arguing
possibly
against it.
Yeah, possibly. So. Again, the price point is what's going to determine it, but I'm inclined.
Yeah. So right now I'm like, ooh, what am I getting rid of? Hulu.
And for those of you in the gaming realm, Saturday is the release of Warhammer Age of Sigmar 2,
second edition,
which we will be buying, or which we've already pre-ordered, and we'll be doing some videos about that Saturday. Well, they won't go up Saturday, but we'll be filming stuff Saturday.
That's right.
So yeah, because the Grizzled Geek is getting back into wargaming.
We are. Our poor wallets.
Yeah,
you've already been filming some 40K stuff for you. Yeah. So if you're into that kind of thing, keep an eye out for those videos coming up here. We have lots of stuff on the channel. You should check out some of our other videos here. Yeah. Speaking of Indiana Jones, we just have upcoming. Does it hold up? Well, actually, it's released this week.
It's released, yeah. Does it hold up? Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Spoiler alert, it holds up. Yeah. So
Kirsten hadn't seen it yet, though. So check that out.
So we had to check it out. So. But yeah, check out some of our other shows. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. We're trying to increase our subscriber count. Any little bit helps. So you get in front of more eyeballs. Maybe people like us. Maybe. Yeah. Somebody does. Yeah. If you want to, not our producer. But if you want to support the show, you can do so a number of ways through the links down below, buying our cool T-shirts, shopping through our Amazon affiliate link for whatever you like, or supporting us directly through Patreon, which allows us to make more videos like this one here and other high-quality ones. Unlike this, like low-quality, one-take news stories. All right, guys. We'll see you next week with some more nerd news. Bye.